Meet Mona Lisa, a black woman Neturu found by Apollo 20 in 1972 on her own spaceship, which she was piloting. She is said to be 1.5 billion years old. They found her fully intact with her face gear on her apparatus for piloting her ship, on her head, forehead, and on her eyes and in her nose. The apparatus said she was said to be 5 feet 4 inches tall. They also found with her as co-pilot a bluish gray being present. They only found the head part of that being. But here you see just how far back melanated people go, and melanated women piloting spaceships. Yes, they call her Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa also had 6 fingers.
It's crazy. This is crazy. The very first time I heard about anything like this, and I did hear about this about 4 years ago, about there had been some photos that were generated about showing a black woman on the moon in a spaceship. And, it was said that her spacesuit had tracings on, like on tracings on the back of a circuit board. And I was like, because I didn't believe it back then. I didn't know what to believe. I just didn't know what to believe because I didn't see any pictures or anything like that. But I did talk to some people who said that they did see the photo, and I was like, yeah, well. Well, anyway, I ran across this video, and this is like the very first time that I've heard this again since that time, and of a black woman being found on the moon. But all this information, like the Apollo 20, and she was found in 1972. I had no knowledge of that. I know that this is was allegedly being said in this video. However, if it is true, it bears a lot of questions in mind as to where did she come from, number one. And number two, why does she look like people from my community? But what's even more baffling than anything, it's a quick story. My sister and her husband, this was years ago, they flew to Egypt because they wanted to see the pyramids in Giza. So they got to view the pyramids and stuff like that. And part of the tour was go view the mummified bodies at a museum, which is in a different location. So they, on a tour, they did do that. And they videoed this, they videoed their vacation over there. And when they came back, they showed us the videos. The part about going through the museum showing the mummified bodies was what blew my mind, because the mummies that were in that, they were very well preserved and stuff. But here's the crazy part. The bodies they found in the tombs, in Egypt, look just like her. I was blown away because I was always led to believe that, I heard and was told over the years that black people were the original people on that land in Egypt. But during, the time of those dynasties. But when my sister and her husband came back with that video and showed the mummified bodies, it blew my mind. And they had locked hairs. I'm not going to say dreadlocks because there's nothing dreadful about locks. So I'm not going to say that. But they did have woolly hair, and looked just like her. And I was just taken back because it blew my mind when I saw the video of them when they videoed the mummified bodies that were found in those tombs over in Egypt. But yeah, getting back to her, this is really, really interesting, And again, like I said, if she's not from here, then what star system is she from? This right here this is deep, This is wow. I ran across this video. It was kind of mind-boggling, because the reason why I say that is because about 4 years ago, I had first heard about this black woman that was found on the moon in her spacecraft. That part about another being in the head of another being, I didn't hear about that, but I heard that she was in her spacecraft, and the type of spacesuit she had on was like it was like it had like tracings, like on the back of a circuit board. If you turn it over and you see what is called tracings, her suit had those like type of tracings all over it. Said that she was found by Apollo 20 in 1972. I didn't get that. I didn't know about that information either. I just knew that, a black woman was found on the moon, and there was a photo of it. I don't recall whether it was supported by NASA or not. I don't know. But this is not the first time I heard about this. But again, it was supposed to have been from a accredited source back in 4 years ago. And I was kind of, I don't know, taken back. What's intriguing to me in this photo is that if you look in the top of her head, like between her eyebrows, that's exactly where the pineal gland is aligned. The third eye, it's aligned with that spot on her head. So the pineal gland in the brain, that's in the center of the brain towards the back, is what many believe to be the third eye. A lot of Hindu religions talk about the third eye. You got the Hindus, you got the Buddhas, you got that's why Buddha has that dot. If you look at a statue of Buddha, it's at that same location of that bump on her head, right there in the forehead. I mean, this is just, there's so much stuff coming out now. All this information, all this stuff, there's so much information that is a little overwhelming at times, but this right here this is deep. This is, wow. Black